Alright, YouTube, what's up? This is Reincarnation here. This is going to be the official reaction to Mushoku Tensei Jobless Reincarnation, Season 2. Yes, Season 2, not Season 3. Get it right, guys. Like, the Core 2 isn't Season 2, it's Part 2 of Season 1. Get it right, guys. Don't fuck it up. But yeah, this is going to be like, I did not expect an announcement that early. I was hoping like, oh, wait around until like late 2023 until like, like the end to like start announcing it, because Mushoku Tensei ended, like the first season ended at around like October, like the December, like the end of the end of 2021, and now it's like getting the announcement for season 2, and leaks say that it's going to be starting somewhere in 2023. And so there's some time. So the issue I do have is like, do they not have enough time? Now, to be fair, they released a trailer, that the official trailer that was just like ham, all the freelancers and such, and it looks notably different from the TV version they got, but just more polished still, which is fine. And because these pre-animated trailers are made to hype, and it'll still look like, and for the most part, in most cases, it'll still look, the TV anime, barring horrendous setbacks, will still look mostly the same. This may have a more consistency with quality. But yeah, I don't expect it to be like, I just hope like they were onto this season to on like at least just pre-production while season 1 was going on. And you were thinking, but wait, what about the delay for Core 2 at the time? The thing is, Core 2 was actually delayed because, from what I've heard, and I'm not so sure if that's the full like, if that's the main case, or if like if it's actual like a production thing. But it was there because there was just no more room, and there was like a breakup of broadcasting of some sports event that Japan was apparently prioritizing more, like the channels were. But and Mushoku Tensei just got sent down to the next season. 86 did not get that, but 86 did have its production issues, but it still held together at the end. Hopefully season 2. I don't want to talk, like, speaking of A1, they recently announced a certain webtoons adaptation that I don't really want to talk about because I would rant about it, but because this is not the video for it. But yeah, can't wait for it. I inadvertently saw a few spoiler pictures or two, and it looks promising. And I actually saw a glimpse of. I'm generally hyped, but I'm just kind of just chill. But this, like, I do feel like I may have a more livid reaction. I don't know when we get to this trailer. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and pull it up. I know my 1,000 Years Blood War trailer, like the Bleach, my reaction to the Bleach trailer, it got demonetized. Like, I can't make money out of it, but I don't really care. I mean, I just only care about like getting the stuff out. Because I was displaying a full screen. But the thing is, I'm not so sure I really care about it that much. But at the same time, like, this is Toho now. Like, I just hope nothing too bad happens. I mean, I could just, hold on a sec. I could just dim down the I could just dim down the trailer. Like, hold on. Like, I know I'm just kind of doing this mid recording, so maybe there's something going on here. But yeah, I'll just kind of, I guess I'll dim it down there. I don't know if it'll make much of a difference as such, and I'll just change it back once everything is over. Good thing I kind of, I made the OBS invisible for obvious reasons. So yeah, hopefully you guys can still kind of see it, but it'll kind of be blank. But yeah, let me go ahead and do this one more time. Sorry if it's just during the recording. I'm not going to filter this out, by the way. It is gonna be how it is when I present it. But yeah, okay, so let's get to it. Official trailer. Let's go. Starting in 3, 2, 1. Let's jam. Doesn't seem polished. Doesn't seem too polished yet, but oh, they're adapting Volume 7. They are doing it after. Ooh, okay. Sarah. Oh, oh shit, those lizards. That raid. Sold that. Sold that. Wait. Oh, they're adapting so. Oh, those two. Oh, there's Cliff. There is double. Okay, man. Oh, there's 7-star. Nanahoshi. Tell me you're willing to. Alina Elise. Hey, the guy! Bali! Oh. Oh, wait. I feel dread. I feel some dread here. Not because like, oh, it looks bad, but something is. Oh, he looks really grown up. Without looking too grown up. There we go. Oh, what's this? Oh yeah, they're adapting the extra chapters. That's Sophie. That is her. Yep, it's confirmed. 2023. Okay, so I almost like got into the Crunchyroll thing. I had to cut off the recording. So at the first part. So ooh, we got a doozy of a season coming on, and I'm going to admit it right now. I'm only up to volume 10. I didn't get to volumes 11 and 12. I know volume 12 is gonna slap me real hard emotionally, and I'm pretty sure I'll be. And I don't know how I'm gonna feel. Like I'm pretty sure it will be to the point where where it will affect me to the point where everyone else in the house is gonna be like, "What's wrong?" That's the feeling I get. That's why I'm actually hesitating. But yeah, I'm seeing all of this, and it doesn't look there. At first, I was looking at this part, and I'm just like, that probably wasn't too polished the way Rudy is, cause it was kind of walking. But everything looks generally good. I mean, it's not pristine looking as many people might have hoped, but they are spiking up some of the quality when it counts. Like look here with this sequence, like the effects of the snow, and then you see the zoom in on Sarah. Like Sarah, I'm so glad they're adapting Volume 7. They're adapting Volume 7. You can throw y'all doubters can just throw it out the window. I said there was no effing way they're going to skip Volume 7. You can't. You absolutely can't. It's not in a way where it really shows a step in Rudius going through depression. It was a very it feels one off, but it was a step. It was like that one part during your life along the way that maybe feel off. You may not have a good memory of it, but it was an important part of your life. Just like there was. I'm not gonna spoil for him, but Rudius was at his wit's end at one point, or like mentally, and it was regarding Sarah. And I'm not gonna say like she's like the best character, but she was a really good character. Like in the way she's just simply play, like not just because like, oh, she's amazingly complex or anything, but how she just plays her role, she and the others, we're gonna get to that later. Like look at this, how crisp it looks. It's not, and I don't think it's polished. I really think they could do a little extra work But so far, it looks. I don't think it looks pre-animated. Look at this, man. Like, of course, not everything is gonna look extra crispy. But I mean, it depends on how much time they got. I don't know the details behind that. And this boy, I was reading this part when this shit with the fucking big old lizard, those lizard things. I think they call them something acting the geckos. And yeah, I was picturing them a little bigger, but I guess this is normal. It's just like a slightly bigger Komodo dragon, I guess. But yeah, it looks really fun, and the camera work with this too. Like, I'm just hoping this isn't pre-anime. And what got sold that, like, this dude. This dude was the guy. I'm sure that's him, right? Yeah, that's him. That is totally him. That is totally him. If I'm wrong, then like I'm sticking with someone else, then sorry. But that had to be him because that he was appearing. That was where he showed up. And then of course they tease Sophie. Of course, I mean, I'm just like, yeah, they're gonna adapt those. They're probably gonna adapt those extra chapters. So will they adapt any a side character to of Eris, or will they even go to where manga where the Eris side story part? Well, I don't know. Eris got quite a lot of shot, and people are saying, oh, Eris did not get, like, they clapped out some of her perspective, but I think they did well enough. And people say, like, oh, they didn't develop as well, like, but then you can also argue that if they extended more of that, it can feel too stretched out, it can feel too boring, and all that. I get it. I mean, you can't. I mean, it was like you have to really figure out, like, how much do you want it to be, easygoing? How much do you just want to, keep up the pace? Don't feel like everything needs to be dragged out for dialogue after dialogue after dialogue and all that. I'm pretty sure they were talking it out, and they made the best decision as possible. And people are still going to complain about the adaptations. And I've had my run-ins with a lot of where disagreements where I was arguing, like, but the anime can only do so much, and I had to remember that you could still be justified to criticize the anime where it missed out, but just remember that they did as much as they can. I've even talked to one of the I've actually even like, I didn't talk to him in person, of course, like, or even by voice call, but I was speaking to them but I was like chatting them online. I'm just like, oh, they were part of the group. They was part of the freelance group that was the freelance team that was working on some of this, and looked really good. Part one was good. Part two is laid back, but it's like it has a very important step, and I'm pretty sure it's gonna end that volume at volume 12, because that's where his young adult art ends, from what I've heard. But yeah, everything just looks like, even if it's not good, there would be the Academy's stuff. I don't know how much they're gonna cover. I don't know how they're gonna tackle it. Are they gonna skim over? Are they gonna do something like what some Harry Potter stuff going on, where they just kind of skim through some stuff, just make it easier, to just don't feel like it just keeps dragging on? Because there's a lot of things that went on during the Academy arc. I don't remember all of them, but there was a lot of things where we just had to deal with them. And what the good part is like, oh, he doesn't deal with them like it's easy going. It's legit where, like, yeah, it works out for him in the end, but it doesn't come without it doesn't come without the struggles, of course. And there are people where, like, they're good. I mean, they're not bad, but they're not really good. But they're okay. They're fun to see around. I mean, you don't need to like them. I'm not asking you to like Rudius or any of the characters, but these acknowledged press, like, I don't like Sato from NHK Yokoso, and people will say, like, oh, but he's better, but they did a better job of developing. But yeah, NHK Yokoso is a 24 episode long full story. Mushoku Tensei is a light novel a long light novel that is spanning over, where it wants to be more complex with development, because it's got quite, like, a simple, but the world of Mushoku Tensei apparently isn't that big. It's kind of simple, but it still feels very well thought out. And, when you really think about it, and I don't even know all of it. every aspect of it. Like not even close. Like I'm only off volume 10, so of course it's not gonna be like that. But I can just only imagine, and just to think that even after Rudius's life story is done, the story of Mushoku Tensei itself is not the story of the world of Mushoku Tensei isn't done itself apparently, and apparently the author is he just say, oh, I'm not gonna write that story yet until the anime finishes adapting everything. So by the time that gets adapted, I'm gonna be an old man, more likely than not. Oh, well, manga note here, of course. Like, I'm not sure how old he is. I mean, I don't want to expect him to look like Santa when he starts writing that. But yeah, okay, those girls like, okay, they'll be fun. Like some hilarious shit goes down with them. Like you'll enjoy it. But yeah, I'm just sifting through here. There's Cliff. There's a lot of there's Zambova with his obsession with statues. Like I don't like he's weird. Like it's super weird, but it's like it's super based. Like I give him props for that, and people will be like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, come on, man. You should be. This is Mushoku Tensei we're talking about, and the thing is, not even like Rudius isn't as. I don't want to spoil, but Rudius isn't as bad. Will not be as bad now as you think he'd be. Like he does develop. If you still doubt Rudius after this, that's on you, not me, not the staff, not the author. That's on you guys. But yeah, there's Nanahoshi. Yeah, this one. You're gonna really like her when you're gonna really like her when they introduce her, and like because she has a mindset that kind of is like Rudius but is also opposite, and also they're going back to the Volume 7 stuff, by the way, and you'll love these characters too. I bet y'all like they Sarah's group was so chill. They're so chill to let Rudius in, and don't tell me you're willing to die. And yeah, this is gonna be some stuff. I forgot who this guy is. I don't think I'm too far into it. There's Lane Lisa. I just to let you know, a little spoilers. You're like, wait, why is she in the academy uniform? And here's the thing: they'll explain it. But let me just say this: there's no such thing as being too old to learn or get educated. That's the thing. It just depends on like your motivation. Like, do you want to still take academic education? For me, I'm mixed. Like, I'm not saying that I shouldn't or I should. It's just kind of based on what our decision. Like is it worth it? Like, I'm gonna be real right now. I have issues with that, but that's a personal thing. But yeah. That's also a thing why I love this show, where it has way too relatable cases for better or worse for me, and I'm just like, oh yeah, I feel that. I've stated that many times before, but yeah, that's it. And the guy, Bali Gali, you will love this motherfucker. This guy, this a sword fighter looking ass. Yeah, you'll love him. He is such. He's such like how do you say this? He's like the kind of a Chad, like he keeps the energy, like he's the guy that's just like he is always has this sort of upbeat, or not upbeat, but like how do you say it, like kind of like that guy that just like be just laughing, just keep the mood up and all, and he's so pride. He has a sense of pride to maybe even a fault, and yeah, you'll like him. I don't think I don't want to spoil too much about him, but I'm pretty sure like you might get annoyed by him, but we got my guy Paul and like Rudius is. You see this man's is growing right now, and this father and son thing is very heartwarming to see. I mean, there will be disagreements and all, and oh, this is the part where I was just like, ooh, this thing's gonna really go down, and this thing's gonna get quite serious. And yeah, and this is the part that I don't think I've seen, and I'm seeing this. There's rocks. I'm not so sure what's going on here, but something. She ran into something. I don't know. Don't spoil me, guys. But yeah, I want to figure that out. Like, or I'll end up just reading it by then, and I'll find out by myself. But or just leave it. I don't know. I'm probably gonna get to that point. But yeah, there's this part where I'm just like, oh yeah, this some really sad, dramatic and sad shit's gonna happen, and this is something I'm very very interested in. That crystal, because I see a person in it. If I'm not mistaken, that's Zenith. Because remember, Kirishika was looking through it, and what she was seeing through was apparently was a cave with crystal, and this was the one. And I feel like that has to be Zenith. That has to be Zenith, because that's where there was like there was no way it could just be like a one-off, like a coincidence or such. That has to be her, or at least maybe someone that looks like her, or something. I think it's her. I think it's her. But yeah, there's still something like that. And oh man, and this has me worried. What I I've seen pictures of it, and I'm just like, oh no, don't do this. I think I like this is why I'm afraid to move on with the novels, because I don't want to get to that point. Like, I've gotten some slight spoilers here and there. I'm just like, oh yeah, I might as well have been spoiled, but I know it's gonna come. But I'm just like, I'm too afraid to read it. Like, I'm sorry, but like, I love I love the novel, I love the anime. But I'm so scared to see it, because I feel like I feel like I'm gonna be just heartbroken. Like, it's just gonna break me. I feel like it could break me even more than Violet Evergarden, and that would say a lot. And who says? And I see why it would not. I don't see why it would not. And of course, there's Sarah, and then that part where they're fighting fucking big old. They're fighting Dynamax Trevenant. And oh yeah, there's good old Roxy comforting Bruce. I'm pretty sure it has to do with whatever happened to Paul, or maybe Zenith. And yeah, this is going to be great. And then there's Sophie. I'm not gonna call her by the name by the alias that she got, because we all knew it was her. I'm not gonna, like, it's so blatantly obvious, but I mean, Brutus doesn't know. So I'm not gonna follow his line of thinking here. Used to be way worse. Hang in there, do what you have to do. And then you just see like Rudis just take off his hood. He takes a breath, and then it just zoomed out. And yeah, this looks really good. And then here, the title. And then we see like where they're gonna adapt like Sophie's segments. Like, I was thinking for a sec, oh, are they gonna skip it? It doesn't look like they will. They could, and that would be a shame. But from the looks of how they just kind of dropped it at the end, and you see Sophie was just, what happened to her was she got teleported over there because of the Mana incident, and something happened, and her hair changed. So here's the thing. People were saying, like, why is this hair, like, it's kind of like stress when you use Mana. I mean, it's kind of like for different individuals, it like the amount of visual the kind of effects will vary. Like, some will have some of their hair turn gray, or like a little bit, like not even get affected, but something else happens, or something that happens with Sylvie. Like, it's not like, oh, that's big trouble for her, but it's kind of like a permanent side effect. But that I'm pretty sure it's not life threatening unless something's along the line states it is. And yeah, and I'm even being told that this isn't even the best part of the entire Mushoku Tensei story, which says a lot. I've heard about a Turning Point 3 that was bonkers, fucking bonkers. And yeah, you can see, and that's not gonna be till like a season 3 or 4, depending on how much they want to cover this. I'm feeling a little more like season 3, depending on the pacing goes. But this is looks promising. No errors, unfortunately. So sorry, I understand you might not get much of her. I'm fine. I love her, but we're not gonna get much of her for this season. Maybe like we'll look into her like a little side chapter if they want to adapt that. And even if she only shows up in glimpses, that's fine. We just know that oh yeah, she's doing her Naruto. She's doing her Shonen training. Why did I say Naruto first? But yeah, this looks really good. My hats off to Suiban. When they say, "Oh, we're gonna go ahead and adapt this little Onirakita like 4 koma manga," and I'm just like, Suiban, you okay? I know that's base, but you okay? You're not gonna go with Mushoku? Wait. No, and I'm just like, oh, no, I have to remind. Oh, never mind. They made this fucking studio to get to dedicate to have a dedicated long-term project to adapt all of Mushoku Tensei. That's a lot. And the light novel is still ongoing, but it's more like the web novel's already done, from what I've heard. And the light novel is just extending upon those things, because that's why I don't really read web novels, because I'm just like, oh, I could just go ahead and read light novels. It's just the more polished form of it, more worth it. I'm just saying, like, I'm not nothing against the people who read web novels and want to get to the stuff quickly, but the later stuff quickly. But I just prefer light novels more, if anything. And I'm not even much of a light novel. It's hard enough to me to get through a volume or two. But yeah, I'm looking really forward to this. I want to be more enthusiastic, but when I'm actually doing like. Nowadays, I take it and come and go. I'm dealing with other stuff here, but so this looks great. That I don't have anything else to really say. It just looks great. It just looks great. Not as polished as it could be, but it looks generally good overall. Like the art is so, like just the artwork is just like. You see from I know it's just a trailer, but you can tell like they were doing this like this sort of dedication is as commendable like it's quite comparable to the staff that is committing to the Bleach Thousand Years Blood War and season coming up in this fall. That's the same sense of commitment, not in the same level, but the same sense. Like they were doing that. Like, and it's not like they wanted to rush into things. I'm sure. I know like some of the freelance staff may not. I don't even think some of the freelance staff that I talked to were even aware of it. That they may have already been doing this, because I guess it depends on like who gets the intel. Who does like not all, even the animators themselves don't get every single bit of the intel. There's just kind of just told. I'm pretty sure they've just been told to do the job and whatnot. I'm not saying it's a bad thing, but it's just like not each and every one of the staff's going to know everything that's going to go on with the future plans and all. And it's very understandable. Like I'm not going to say I relate to that, but it's just like, yeah, there's something going on there. Like, and again, I don't know all the details regarding that, but I'm just going to say it looks very good, if not great, and I can't wait. I just hope I'm alive by the time 2003. I mean, 2023. Because I say this because, on a personal note, like there's some issues in the country I'm in right now. I'm just saying. It's not like we're just having a civil war, like riots breaking out or anything. But there's some very political thing, dumb fuckery going on. But I should be fine. Unless some wild shit happens. But yeah, I'm glad to see Mushoku Tensei anime is back on track, and I don't have anything else to say about it. I just can't wait. I just can't wait. I think it will be a late 2023 release. I don't think it's going to be an early one because they initially had a because people were thinking Villain Saga season 2 was going to be released in the fall. But no, they decided to push it back to winter of next year, which is perfectly fine. I like that. I prefer they would do that because sure, like we don't get any younger waiting for things, but we don't want it to come out looking like crap. It's just like okay, it's not that wasn't worth it. And like there are some of those like with Bleach we grew up with it, but with and then there's also stuff like Mushoku Tensei where like we were there to see their whole like there's that sort where we were growing up with them, and then there was Mushoku Tensei where we see them growing up, not us, but we're still there to see it all, play out. And of course, there are shonen and then like light novels that manga and light novel story formats are usually quite different. Where manga likes to extend like are kind of likes to has a different sense of pacing, or at least anime wise. Whereas with light novels is different because like because the way how manga manga and adapting light novels are kind of different. But I'm no expert on that. I'm just kind of familiar with how things usually go. And I know that they're gonna get complained. There are going to be complaints about what gets cut, but I'm pretty sure this is going to be a masterpiece. I mean, barring anything goes horribly wrong, which I don't think it will. But I don't think will. I mean, but again, only time will tell. But yeah, that's gonna do it though for my reaction to the Mushoku Tensei trailer for season 2 trailer. So yeah, I don't have nothing. I have nothing else to say. This is Radio Station. It's just follow me on Twitter. Subscribe if you not. Share this video around. Join my Discord server. But yeah, that'll do it. So see you next time, guys. Take care. Stay safe, y'all, and have a great day. Peace.